Just wait there for a sec.
Sure.
And I'll... Major thing that I've forgotten. I always forget something. Key to the cave would be a good idea.
Oh wow.
Yes, I liked your wow. It's nice to get a wow from a visitor when they see this for the first time. This particular rock here is called magnesian limestone, and it's different to the Carboniferous limestone that you get in the Peak District to the west of us, and it's different to the sandstone areas that we get in the Shield Forest area of Nottinghamshire. So they've got this little sort of sliver of rock running up and down the country with lots of gorges in it. What makes this distinguished is that there are more caves here than there are in all the others put together. That makes it an ideal place for Ice Age material to be preserved in this cave, in this sort of concentration. And that's what put this place on the map, archaeologically speaking, from the sort of the 1870s onwards. For about 150 years, we've been sort of concentrating on that. What happened in 2018 slightly changed that. We've now got a view that people have been interested in this place in different ways, in a sort of continuum of time from about 50,000 years ago, when the Neanderthals were here, all the way down to today. Some of the things that we'll be talking about will be true, but we just don't know which ones they are. Okay, so up the first flight of steps. This is Robin Hood Cave, quite an evocative name for this area in the first place. Just realised I haven't brought my laser pen. Oh, no. So I'm going to have to use a spear if I want to point them out. Back in October 2018, we had a group here called Subterranea Britannica. They're a long-standing organisation with people interested in everything underground, as long as it's got a human connection. Two people called Ed and Haley, who were experts in finding witch marks down in Wookey Hole and the Mendips down in Somerset, saw the first marks. And they're on this wall over here. I'm just using my authentic Ice Age spear to point it out. Here we've got what looks like a W, which is actually a crossed V. And if you turn it upside down, it turns into an M. So the crossed V, I later found out, stands for Virgo Virginum, we think, in Latin, which means Virgin of Virgins, and the M stands for Maria. So it's the Virgin Mary that they're appealing to, basically, to help them with whatever it is that they're worried about. What we dismissed as normal graffiti in here, we realised there were these more significant things mixed in with them, and that's what began as looking at these more seriously and began this big discovery. When you find them in buildings, you find them in entranceways, fireplaces, doorways, that kind of thing, in order to protect your house from anything evil that might get into it. They might be doing it here for the same reason, because this is an entrance, but it might be that they're not so much concerned about what's coming into the cave as what might be coming out of the cave. Put your head near the top of the steps. What we discovered were loads of them. So they're all over the place. You can see there's loads and loads of crossed V's, which, as I say, are probably the most numerous of all. But there are a different sort of Apotropaic mark, which actually belies the name, because Apotropaic means to turn something away. And it appeals to two characteristics of evil spirits. We're really frightened of them, but one is they're incredibly stupid. So if they see a straight line, they have to follow it. And two, they cannot resist a puzzle. So if you make a whole load of box shapes together, or maze shapes, or entangle a whole load of lines together, they get in there and they can't get out. So they're like demon traps. So this is the direction we took our researchers, from here, from left to right. And then we found this tunnel. And that's when it got really interesting. It's going to cross over to the other side, as they say. Here we've got something which looks like 1505, but that's the earliest one that we've found so far. So there is a ledge on this side here. Yes. So, now when the press got hold of this, they called that the gateway to hell, which was It's just a nice tagline, but it's not what we call it. So what we've got here is a circular chamber, and it's about sort of 3-4 meters across. You can see that the walls are absolutely covered in them, all the way around from one side to the other. There are loads and loads of cross V's, loads and loads of scratch marks, like that entanglement of lines that you saw earlier. So maybe to trap evil. So we've probably got several hundred of them in this one cave. So whatever it is, something is bothering them about this place, isn't it? The way you came into this cave, as I was saying, is you could come through that archway that we saw. So you'd be coming down here and through this hole here to get into this chamber.
So they kind of really wanted to get in here, though.
Yeah, absolutely. There are two reasons that you might want to do that, or reasons to make marks here. So maybe, you know, they're concerned about what's going on in the darkness here. Maybe this is a sort of a liminal space to another world, maybe to hell, because down in that's where the devil is. That's where that's where the devil comes from. That's where maybe bad things come from. So you might be wanting to go in here in order to protect yourself from something coming out. The renowned academic Ronald Hutton has been here as well. He's written about this in a slightly different way. He thinks that maybe they're not just concerned about what's coming out, they might have exorcised something bad into the cave, and they're using these things to keep it there. So I often think of this as a kind of demon's prison cell, if you like, to keep it in there so it's not getting out into the big wide world and bothering them in their village down there. So you've got over 13,000 years worth of people reacting to this place and leaving a mark here. Right, and if the bars weren't on the gate, they would still be doing it, I can tell you that. Okay.